Good morning, good morning. Come on in and let me know if you're around. If you're on the live, I'd love it if you drop in and say hi. Let me know where you're joining me from and how you're doing today. And if you are on the replay, drop me a little hashtag replay. Let me know what you think of the cards and the tapping. And if you're thinking cards tapping, what's she on about? Then you might well be new here, and you are really welcome if you are. My name is Emma Starling, and I'm a master level trainer and mentor in emotional freedom technique, evolved energetics, and co-founder of the rapid imprint resolution method. So in a nutshell, I'm obsessed with energy work, and it is my mission in this life to get EFT and energy work out to 1 million lives, 1 million people. And the way that I do that is by training practitioners. So if you are looking to impact your clients in a much deeper way, you may want to consider that. And I have a fantastic academy that you could come and join. Let me know if that is of interest to you. But in this first instance, the Daily Tap was born almost 8 years ago, something like that, because of a desire to get EFT out to the masses. And so this isn't therapeutic clinical EFT, if you like. It's not what we would do in a one-to-one session, but I had to find a way to show people in a really easy, accessible way. So what we do is we pull a card from a tarot, oracle, or an affirmation deck. Don't worry if you're not into cards. Just think of it as this is what we're going to focus on today. And more often than not, it resonates with people. So this is the Priestess of Light deck by Sandra Ann Taylor. For those of you who do like your cards, good morning to whoever's watching. Do let me know in the comments who's joined me. And we're going to just pull a card and see what we need to focus on today. Likewise, if you have something you do want to focus on today, something that is causing you stress or pain or frustration or overwhelm, then place your attention on that. And let's see what comes up in the cards. So what do we need to know today for our greatest and highest good? I will then encourage you. There we go. Oh, what a lovely card. I will encourage you to focus on how your body feels as I'm telling you about this card. Just let me see if I can reverse the screen, because then you can read what's on the thing. I don't quite know how to do it on Restream, but never mind. So the card is reclaiming your power. It's power over difficulty. So you can see the image there. There's a snake. She's kind of having a bit of a to-do, but let's have a look what the guidebook says. So just pay attention to your body, to any tension, tightness, discomfort, emotional charge, any resistance, any pushback, or any feeling of like resonance, like, yeah, I agree with that, as I read out the card to you. So it says this card brings you a warning that there are situations, people, or patterns in your life threatening to take over. The snake can be venomous, tempting, or even strangling. This card is an important reminder to be honest with yourself and investigate your relationships and your daily activities to determine what may be harmful or dishonoring to you, or even consuming you. If someone is bringing a toxic energy to your life, it might be necessary to let that person go, or at least reduce your exposure dramatically. If a situation seems to be suffocating you or sapping your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, it's time to rethink your motivation for remaining engaged. And if you're feeling a building resentment for a job or a personal task, this card, Power Over Difficulty, is telling you to learn how to bring more conscious joy to the experience, or even how to exit altogether, how to stop doing it, how to replace it with something that you would rather be doing, right? Also, be mindful of your own personal patterns. Consider the causes of your making and the results they're creating. You don't want to become the snake that eats its own tail, consuming your own life force and sabotaging your own desire to move forward. Yet always remember the indomitable strength of your inner spirit and true life force, represented here by the swans, who, in spite of their gentle beauty, are very powerful creatures, capable of striking anything that attacks. You have that power as well. And this card is telling you to strike out at your own self-sabotaging patterns and to break free from any other limiting influences holding you down. Become conscious and courageous in your ongoing choices. You have the power now. So this affirmation says, I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and in my relationships. So even if you're not into cards, does that message resonate for you? Is there a pattern? Is there a relationship? Is there something you're doing in your life, something you're experiencing, something that you are not addressing, something you are not paying attention to, not changing. Now is the time, and you know that this has been shown up to be cleared. So you can claim your power over this difficulty. And that's what we're going to do with this tapping. So whenever you think about that thing that is, uh, whenever you think about that thing that is, um, sabotaging you, or that's happening, that you feel like you can't stop, or that pattern, this is perfect actually because I'm starting a course on Friday, running a course with Jill Nicholson about exactly this, toxic patterns and things like that, and the beliefs that keep them held in place, the things that you say about yourself, like, oh, I'll never be any good at that, I'll never do that because, you know. um and there's a special offer on with that. So if you want to learn how to break free from these toxic patterns using tools that you can use forever, let me know, because that is going to be an incredible 6-week course with Jill. But for now, let's do some tapping to uh, to ease what you're feeling. So when you think about this toxic pattern, what happens in your body? Do you feel any tension, any emotional charge, any kind of resistance, any like, overwhelmed because it maybe feels too hard to get rid of it, right? To walk away, to change it in some way. So pay attention to that. Take 2 fingers and full responsibility for your own well-being. And we're going to start on the eyebrow point. So right at the start of the eyebrow, I choose to release toxic people and patterns from my life. Outside of the eye, on the corner, I empower myself in my choices and my relationships. Under the eye, I choose to release toxic patterns and people from my life. And under the nose, I empower myself in my choices and my relationships. Chin, I release toxic people. Collarbones, just underneath the middle, and toxic patterns from my life. Under the arm, I empower myself in my choices. Oh, excuse me. Top of the head, all around the top and the back of the head, and in my relationships. And we're going to finish in the middle of the forehead on the third eye. So be it, and so it is. All right, come to a stop. Take a nice deep breath. And so when you think about reclaiming power over difficulty, about releasing toxic people, patterns, situations from your life, what do you feel now? So if you go back to the area in your body that you were paying attention to, how does that feel now? Does it feel a little bit softer? Does it feel a little bit easier, a little bit lighter? You will notice as you do this that is what happens. It might not happen after the first time, excuse me, but if you do this regularly enough, your body will be like, oh, yay. And it will start to release very, very quickly. It's because we're tapping on the same acupressure points that we use in a therapeutic EFT session. But please don't use this, the daily tap, to resolve bigger issues. If there are bigger issues or triggers coming up for you, then please get in touch with a practitioner to work with. If that's me, great. If that's not me, great. I have a bank of practitioners I can refer to you. And yeah, if you do want to learn the tools, more sturdy tools, and to find out why you're in this pattern in the first place, then Beyond Logic is perfect for this. And it couldn't have come up at a better time, that card, because there are patterns and there are family things and life script beliefs that we carry that are programmed into us from the day we're born that dictate what we think, feel, do, say, believe, right? But we can shift that. And if you find yourself bumping up against the same old patterns all the time, if there's something you want to start or stop doing, but for the life of you, you just can't, if you know that you're holding yourself back or you're self-sabotaging and you desperately want to stop, but you don't know how, then Beyond Logic is perfect for you. Now we've got 5 or 6 people in the course already. People are signing up rapidly because we start on Friday. We're capping it around 10 or 12 people. So there's only a handful of places left. If you want the details, drop a heart below in the comments underneath where you're watching this video, and I will whiz the details over to you today so you can have a look, see if it resonates for you. If not, no shade, it's all good. But if it does resonate, jump on board, because this is going to be impactful. You'll get lifetime access to the recordings, and you can pay in 1, 2, or 4 payments, which is really helpful. So I hope that helps you today. I'm going to go and walk the little dogs, and whatever it is you're doing,